with the Aimee Rose Show again, and it is time to get skinny. So I have hired Jared Lee from themusclementor.com, and he is going to make me look good. It is time.
We're going to do our best.
It is time. So Jared is going to go over some of the tips and things that we're going to start with. So Jared, why don't you introduce yourself?
I own and operate themusclementor.com. We do mostly coaching, online and in person, and then some personal training. And we'll be going over your plan and how we're going to implement some lifestyle changes for you.
What I'm going to be doing is taking the 12-week transformation challenge with Jared, and we are going to map it out starting tonight. We're going to get a weight, talk about a few foods he wants me to eat, and just map it over the next 12 weeks.
First step is always, as in most people, it's going to be nutrition. It's the most important, but it's hardest to get. But we won't overcomplicate it. But it's basically what you're going to eat, how much you're going to eat, when you're going to eat, and just improving the quality of food choices you make on a daily basis. So that'll be step one. Then after that, it's your training, and then any other activities like if you're not getting enough sleep, things like that, managing stress. But usually it's training and nutrition. It's going to be your main focus.
So no more McDonald's, Dr. Pepper.
I won't say no completely, but the best way to look at it is you have a nutritional bank account and you only have so much you can withdraw from each day. So if you go to McDonald's, you're going to be making a pretty big withdrawal. So it's basically you want to have a good balance of your foods. I always tell people, never say never if someone wants to go eat something, but you got to keep it within your bounds of your plan. So.
And it is time to get skinny.
First off, we'll get a weight. And we won't do it on camera, but we'll get some measurements of, different body parts, get some body fat counts. And then what we'll do is I take that back and work up your plan, and your 12-week plan will be personalized to you, and then we'll get going. So we'll get a weight and get started. Scale here, we'll get an intro weight. Okay, 140 pounds.
Wow, 140 pounds. That's a big girl right there. So 3 Starbucks a day, probably not a good thing. Burgers, soda, candy. I love it all.
Yeah, we'll start with baby steps. First, I would take the Starbucks and maybe start getting some lighter versions of what you get. Maybe get some, smalls instead of mediums, things like that. But basically, the first step is to cut out extraneous calories. When you really look down to it, it's calories in versus calories out. So if you're burning more calories than you're taking in, you're going to lose weight. So, you can cut off, it's kind of like a budget. You start by not buying as much of the stuff you really don't need. So we cut off a little bit of the fluff, leaner meats. So, maybe not as many burgers or pizzas. Maybe we'll start with some chicken breasts and some leaner cuts of meat. Just really the main thing is going to start tracking what you eat. Keeping a track, being honest with yourself, because the scale doesn't lie, as you just
No, it doesn't.
So when you really keep track of what you eat, there's plenty of apps that you can use on your phone or your computer, whatever you need to do to keep track of it, and that's where we'll start attacking when and what, and maybe where you eat it.
Okay, Jared, so where are we going to start this week?
Your foods. So, place of maybe Starbucks, pizza, things like that. We're going to start with some fruits like oranges. Oranges are your friend. Bananas. So when we get into the workouts, bananas have a lot of potassium, help you with your soreness. People in general, and especially women, getting protein is important. So some protein powder is going to be good. Brand-wise, not really super important at this point, but protein powder. Blender balls are really good. There's the protein mixed in here, so if you want to go, drink it. Various other foods too. We'll start with some, lean cuts of meats. Pick out your grain products, which are like breads, whatever you like to eat. So just your food choices and concentrate on that and the quantity, and you'll have an amount of fats, proteins, and carbs that you take every day and fit it into that. So that's what we'll concentrate on this week, and then see where you're at next week.
Pound goal? Should we try to be down like 5 pounds this week?
We'll shoot for 2. And you want to?
Jared, I'm thinking 5.
If we get more, that's fine.
Okay.
But Healthy weight loss is usually around 2 pounds a
Okay.
week. But if we get more, we get more. But
Okay.
we'll shoot for 2. That way, we know we're being healthy. We're not doing any crash dieting tactics or anything unhealthy. So.
Perfect. Well, thank you, Jared, for helping me out. This might be a long 12 weeks for you, but it will be fun.
You can do it.
So thank you guys for watching. Tune in the next couple days. We'll have another one up. So have a good night.